Hello, Cousin Johnny here. We'd like to thank our sponsors for the Buzzin' with Cousins show. We thank you. Thank you, that garlic stuff. If you like garlic, you're going to love it. Put it on just about anything. That garlic stuff. Tuesday, Alvarado Farmers Market, or go to thatgarlicstuff.com. Thank you. Thank you, I Heart You Candles and Gifts. 222 17th Street, Pacific Grove. Beautiful hand-poured candles made with love. Go see Sherry at 222 17th Street in Pacific Grove. I Heart You Candles and Gifts. Thank you. Thank you, Max Fit Meals, 520 Fremont Street. Grab and go healthy meals. They're delish. On your way from home from work, go grab some, heat them up, and fantastic. Thank you, Suds Cyber Laundry, 709 Lighthouse, Pacific Grove. Great modern machines, big screen TV, coffee, and a great friendly staff. Thank you, Suds. Thank you, the Whiskey Club, 425 Alvarado Street. Over 600 whiskeys to choose from. Go on in, relax, enjoy a nice whiskey. They also have a bottle shop. It's great. Great place to relax and enjoy. Tell them Cousin sent you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, how's everybody doing out there? Cousin Johnny here, bringing you another good show, a great show. Today I have a special guest, my daughter from Carlsbad, California. She's a figure champion, and she's also a fitness expert. So I was thinking of bringing her on because a lot of the ladies that I've talked to, they're saying, I don't have time to go to the gym. I got kids. I'm a taxi. I'm going back and forth. I got to go shopping. I don't have time to go to the gym. So I thought I'd bring Gina on and maybe we could figure something out that you could do at home. So please welcome Gina Aliotti. Gina, how you doing?
Hi, Dad. Hello? Good. How are you?
Good. You're like frozen right there a little bit. Okay, now you're not. You're good. So how are you? How's
great.
Life in Carl? Good. How's life in Carl?
Currently, it is gray and not so sunny. But we're just going through it. They have something here called May Gray, and then in June it's June Gloom. So we bring in our own sunshine. But I'm looking forward to summer. I'm looking forward to all things sunshine. So I'm so excited to connect with you, and I can't wait to get you down here again soon.
Yeah, that sounds really great. We're getting basically the same weather, except for the last few days has been really nice. But other than that, we've been socked in. So Gina, can you give some advice for a lot of busy moms and ladies out there that don't have time to go to a gym? Can you give us some advice on that?
Yeah, of course. So that's the basis of everything that I do is I teach anybody really, but specifically busy moms who are on the go, women. You don't have to be, mom or not, grown kids, young kids, how to be fit and more so how to live a healthy lifestyle by doing less. That is my entire mantra. And you taught that to me, Dad, from when I was a little girl, and we used to do our little workouts in your living room. And, that's where it really started, where it was like, we had 5-10 minutes and we'd do our little thing. And then I'd go to work. I'd go to school. But now I do that same thing where I, teach this whole less is more, got back to my roots. We focus on doing less, but getting more out of that short amount of time that we have. And I mean, we're so busy now, whether you're a mom or not, you're running around, life is busy. And so many people are quick to use busy as an excuse, but I make it really excuse free, teaching people how to just get the fundamentals down. A lot of times you don't even need any equipment. I'll share with you some equipment that you can add to your home. I don't go to a gym. Everything's done in my garage here. Your garage gym or your home gym doesn't have to be fancy. I'm going to show you that. But yeah, I'm your girl when it comes to, like I said, not only how do I get fit, but how do I live a healthy lifestyle? We need muscle, Dad. I mean, hello, like we all know we need muscle, but now there's more and more talk about how important muscle is and how that's really the fundamental and the longevity organ is muscle. We need muscle in order for us to live healthy and to be able to do all the things we do, from lifting up a box to carrying things around. Like literally we just need muscle. So I'm your girl when it comes to how do we build muscle, how do we maintain muscle, and how do we do it in the least amount of time.
So also when you have a little more muscle, your body keeps burning fat, correct?
Yes, it increases your metabolism. And then the more muscle you have, the more glycogen storage you have. So the more food you can eat, the more carbohydrates you can eat. So manja, all those Italian lovers out there, the more muscle, the more power.
Right, yeah.
That's really the reason we like muscle, so we can eat more food.
That's what I like. So do you have something today you're going to demonstrate for us? Or
yeah, I'd love to. So I'm going to just share some key pieces of equipment that people can just gather. And your home gym or your bedroom gym, whatever, literally can be as simple as a pair of dumbbells. You don't even need that. You can just showing up with your body. But I want to teach people, I want to share some basic pieces of equipment that you can have in your house. And then little by little, you can start to collect more and more. Like we've expanded our gym and gotten new things, but you don't need a lot. And actually I started training clients again in the gym, and it's been really fun. However, I always tell myself, oh, I'm going to work out after my client. And I do like 5 minutes and I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm going home. I've got everything I need at home. No distraction. Yeah. Like it's just so much easier. So you absolutely don't need a gym. And if we can take that excuse out of, your conversation that you have with yourself, because most people are like, I don't have time. Well, guess what? We just saved you time, because now you don't have to get into your car to go to a gym. All you have to do is show up. But showing up is the key. So I'd love to first share with people some just basic things that they can collect. And then, let's do like a 5, maybe 10. We'll see where it goes, but definitely no more than 10 minutes. I want this to be something that your followers, your listeners can do. And I want them to be like, wait, that's it. And that if you're saying that's it, then you're winning. And that's the answer I want. Because then that's going to show up again and again, because it's something that's realistic, which is what I'm all about.
Okay, good.
So I guess I'll start with just some pieces of equipment that you can gather. So my favorite lately, and this is something that everybody that's watching needs to get. This is an absolute essential. And this is a weight vest. So this is something that you don't have to. Let's just start here. Let's just start with a basic walk. Like you're going to walk around. There's so many beautiful places to walk around in Monterey, Carmel, right? You need a weight vest. This is just a 10-pound vest, and the little bit of weight that you can add to your walk is going to help with your bone density. So it's as simple as, these are like $30 on Amazon, and I've gotten so many people onto the weight vest. It's just so great for building bone density and just adding something as simple as 10 pounds, cruising around when you walk your dog. Like this is number one. Like this is no excuse number one. Like I said, maybe you're like, okay, I'm not really feeling the workouts, Gina, but I walk my dog. I like to walk the beach. Get yourself a weight vest. This simple little thing will make a huge difference. So then you can also use it, when we do some of the exercises, if you don't want to get dumbbells.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So everything, maybe you're like, okay, I have a $100 budget and here's 30. So it's like, perfect. Maybe you got a $50 budget. This is the number one thing to get. You can use it while you're walking. You can use it around the house, up and down your stairs. When we do our little exercises we're going to do, like I said, if you don't have dumbbells, you've got your weight vest. It's fantastic because you don't need to hold anything, so you can get that little bit of weight there.
Oh, yeah, that's really great. Just wear it around, when you're walking the dog or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is weight vest. Comes in all kinds of colors. Then kind of along the same lines, I love ankle weights because, again, you can throw these on. Sometimes I'll work out in them, and then I will keep them on and just wear them around the house. I mean, this is like, we're talking no excuses, right? So before
Yeah.
we get into the workout, these are just things that you can do that literally you forget that you even have them on. So I just put these little weights on, and you can do all kinds of fun exercises with them. Very simple.
Oh, yeah. That's really great. Yeah. I told a lady was in conversation with her about, she doesn't have time, whatever. But now that you got that weight vest, because I told her, she says, I work at Ryan Ranch. I said, okay, it's like some kind of a health field. I said, get the last parking spot at your job. I don't care if it's 300 yards away, the very last parking spot. Walk to your office. Lunchtime, you got to walk back to your car. Then you come back from lunch, you got to walk back to your office. After work, you want to go walk back to your car to go home. So if somebody just did that with a weight vest, that would be something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I love, Dad, is like when we talk, we always come back to the fundamentals, which is where I started with you. And that's exactly right. Because, it sounds, I think it depends on your age level. Like when you're young, you're like, walk the furthest spot in the parking lot. Whoop-de-friggin' do, But as you get older, and even now, like you're just like movement. We need movement. So it's funny because I started I did a step challenge because I know a lot of people, they count their steps, which I personally don't focus on that. However, I did a step challenge in September, and it was literally, I called it Steptember. It was literally 10,000 steps a day, every day of September. And I tracked my steps, and I was blown away by how little steps I got in aside from my workout. Like I'm talking about intentional steps. So I was not just going from here to there, but I was really focusing on my stepping. And I felt so great in September because I was moving more. I, tightened up, my butt lifted, like all the things literally just from stepping. I got in 10K a day, and that's totally doable for people. And then, like you said, you add in the weight vest. But part of that challenge, I look at my time and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I still have 2,000 steps to go. So I did exactly that. I would park the furthest away at Costco, and I was like, anywhere I could get in more steps because I was trying to hit that goal, Right. So that's the thing, is like having those little goals kind of keeps you fired up. And I know some people do like buddy challenges. So if you buddy up with somebody, and you can even share your steps and it becomes a game, that's really helpful too.
Yeah, so you don't have to go on that Stairmaster at the gym and all that. I mean, it's great if you can, but you don't have to. So that's great.
Totally. And that's one thing I really learned over these years is I thought I had to do all this stuff, and then now, like, because I've implemented the things that we did, it's like, you really don't, but you think you have to do a lot, but you don't. What you really have to do is just be consistent.
Consistent. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And sometimes, like you said, less is better than more,
100%. And then you're giving yourself more recovery time. And the biggest thing is like when you kill yourself and do an hour at the gym, because you're like, yes, I'm going to go today. And you go and you do an hour. And then you're like, tomorrow you might not have an hour. So then you don't go. But what if you only did 10 minutes a day? 10 minutes a day every day is going to be way more beneficial than you going an hour a day once a month or twice a month. So that's what I'm all about.
Yeah. Nice. Beautiful.
So, okay. So we've got our weight vest, and then we've got these little ankle weights. Like I'll do workouts with the ankle weights, leg extensions, kickbacks. But again, like I said, I'll just wear them around the house sometimes, forget to take them off. And then it's funny, you take them off and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel naked. So ankle weights, the weight vest, another great piece of equipment. These don't take up a lot of time. You can even travel with this one. You roll it up. It's just, it's a exercise band. It's called a booty band. And you just put it, when we do different things. This is just a great one that you can incorporate, whether you're doing squats, side to sides. This is fun and just easy, really burns the booty, the backside.
Yeah.
So this one's great. And then, we're going to keep it real simple. We're going to say just a pair of dumbbells. So you can find yourself a pair of, depending on your level, 5s, 8s, 10s. 10s are my favorites, 10s, 12s. And with a pair of dumbbells, you can do everything that you need to do to work your upper body, your shoulders, your back, your triceps. Again, if you want to add a little bit of weight to your squats.
Yeah.
So today we could just do a
even a 3-pound dumbbell would be okay too for beginners, maybe.
But 3 to 5, yeah. I mean, but you want to have some resistance, you want to, I find a lot of people can do more than they think they can. So of course you don't want to come out of the gates and just like start with 10s, 15s, but fives I think is a good number to start with. And then you can work yourself up, because we do want to have the weight so that we can, that weight bearing exercise so that we can build our muscle, break down and then build, right? We break it down and then our tissues repair in the resting process. So I would say you cannot go wrong with a pair of dumbbells, and then you'll surprise yourself. You're like, okay, these are getting really easy. I'm going to buy my next set and go up a couple pounds.
Yeah, got it.
And that's what's happening with my weight vest. This is a 10 pound. And I think that's a great, great weight for anyone just starting out. I'm graduating and I'm going up to the 12 or probably 16. But for most people, 10 is good, especially I would imagine with your audience. Anything more than that, oftentimes it can start to hurt it's too much weight. So you want to just, 10's a really good kind of universal weight for the vest.
That sounds really great. Yeah. Like it.
Yeah. So, okay, we're going to do, let's just do a little circuit. And what I love about, so circuit training, just to give your listeners a little bit of an understanding, is when you go through the exercises back to back to back, and then you rest, and then you do it again 1-2 times, or you can just do a circuit one time. I always say just show up and commit to one, and then you'll be surprised. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I want to do another one. But if you go into it saying I have 3 circuits, you might be overwhelmed. So just go in, say I'm going to do one round, and then if you have it in you, do a second or a third. But just commit to the one, and you'll be surprised how much just that will get you far. And then isolated training, which is what I used to do way back in the day, is where you do one exercise and then you rest, and then you come back and do the same exercise and then you rest. Right. And typically you're using more weight. So for the most part, circuit training is the way to go, because you're using less time, because you'll have as much rest period, and you're also able to get your heart rate up. So that's beautiful. So it's a win-win. And that's really most of what I've done since I stopped competing. And then now I'm starting to add in a little bit more isolated, just because I want to really protect my muscle, because it's so important. But incredible results from circuit training, and it's very realistic. So I thought we would just do a circuit, hitting every body part. And then we'll just, you can repeat it, just kind of write this down, take your notes, and then you can repeat this and do it hopefully 3 to 4 times a week would be amazing. We definitely don't want to go every day, because you need rest. Yeah. But if you just did 3 to 4 times a week, and then if you love it so much, we can talk about, other circuits you can do in my GFit app and all kinds of things. But the key is to get you showing up and excited and wanting more. So I think we should start there.
Okay, good.
Okay. So one more thing before we start is I'm actually sitting on an exercise ball, and this is another great piece of equipment you can add later. But one thing is, if you're working at a computer, or if you, like I know right now you're at a computer, even if you're just, you're retired or whatever, but you still are on a computer, the exercise ball, not only can you do exercises, it serves as a great chair, and you have to stabilize with your core. So just sitting on an exercise ball is going to be better than sitting in a chair, because you're actually using your core, you're stabilizing. So, okay. All righty. So we're going to start with some body weight squats, or you can use your weight vest. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to show you a couple different variations. And then, or you have your dumbbells. And again, back to the basics. You want to start like now, and maybe you want to do this with me now, and you don't have dumbbells and you don't have a weight vest, body weight, or you can literally grab 2 gallons of, water, whatever it is, something.
Water.
The goal is to get you to show up. So whatever that looks like for you. So, okay, we're going to just start, and we're going to just let's do 15 squats. So you're going to have your feet, there's tons and tons and tons of variations of squats. I actually, Dad, my summer squat challenge is kicking off June 20th. It's a free challenge. So fun. And I show 95 different variations, but today we're just going to do a traditional squat with your feet about shoulders width distance apart. And we're going to drop it down nice and low, like you're sitting in a chair. And then you're going to come back up and squeeze. So we're just going to get 15. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, slow, 5, core is engaged. Here's 7, nice and slow. 8, sitting back. 9, 10, 5 more. 1, 2, 3, squeeze. 4, last one, and 5. Good. So if you don't have the vest, and you're a beginner, maybe you just want to start with the body weight. No excuse. Body weight. Okay, so 15 squats. Now we're going to work our arms. So we're going to do some bicep curls, getting 10. So for these, we're going to do alternating. So we're just going to alternate one side and then the other side. Here's 2. Really squeezing. This is getting your biceps. 3.
Yes.
And 4. You don't want to forget to breathe. And 5. Squeeze. Even though you're not working your core is tight and engaged.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Inhale and exhale. Last 2. And 1 more.
So Gina, I noticed that when you lift the dumbbell, you're changing the positioning of your wrist, right?
Yeah. So there's so many different variations to one single exercise. Yes, and I'm kind of going from here to here. You can also do it from here to here.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, yeah. Okay. So you do your own thing, yeah.
Or hammer. So you've got them like this, and you're coming up like this. So this is called a hammer. Imagine you've got a hammer in your hand, right?
Yes.
And you can vary, doing them together, single, and that's the key to getting your body to respond, is always changing it up. So you're changing position, you're changing reps, you're changing intensity. So yeah. All right, so this is your bicep in case you don't, anatomy 101. Then we're going to get the tricep, right? This is the area that all the women are like, help me with the bat wings, right? So we're going to do tricep. While you can't reduce, you can build the muscle, which is going to help to fill out those areas. So for your triceps, you're going to lean slightly forward and bring your arms up like this, and you're just going to kick it back. Nice and slow. So your body. Nice and slow.
Nice.
So you're going to get 10 just like this. And then I just thought I'd give one more variation, if those are too hard for you, is to use a bench.
Okay.
I mean, I'm all about trying to make it as excuse-free as possible.
That's the whole key. Like you could be on the bike path and there's a bunch of benches. You can do this exercise that Gina's going to do right on the bike path if you wanted to.
So you have your hands on the edge of the bench. Exactly. Maybe you wear the weight vest, and then as you see a bench, you just challenge yourself to do 10 dips, just like this. Okay, so now we worked the booty, the lower body. We worked the biceps. We worked the triceps. Now we're going to work the back. Okay, so for this, we're going to use those dumbbells coming straight forward. Now we're just going to row. So you're coming straight down, and you're just going to row and squeeze. You want to imagine you have like an egg in between your back and you're cracking it at the top.
Yeah, good. That's a good example.
Crack it, squeeze, and just want to remind everyone there's no race here. So it's not like, okay, I'm checking my box. You really want to be intentional and really connect. Squeeze at the top. So now we have 10 of those. So we did 15 squats, 10 biceps, 10 triceps, 10 back. Now we're going to do a little bit of core, okay? So simple crunches, or I'm going to show you an advanced variation because I'm sure there's different levels here. So just a basic crunch. So again, you're on that bench, you're walking the bike path and you find a bench.
Yeah.
And you just bring your fingers right behind the basic crunches. Everyone knows a crunch. Just going to come up. No need to go all the way forward and do a full sit-up. You just want to come straight up towards the sky. So your fingertips are just guiding your head. They're not pulling your head. Everything's coming from your core. So you want to imagine you have a string and you're just pulling that string directly up towards the sky. So you come up here and you squeeze. Let's just say you get about 15 of those. So we sandwiched the squats and the sit-ups, top and bottom with 15. Everything in the middle was 10. And then your final variation, if you are a little more advanced, is to do an off the bench knees come in. So I'm actually going to take
What I was going to say was on that last exercise when you were doing the crunch with the hands behind the head. I want make sure your neck doesn't touch your chest. You want to keep looking straight up.
Yes.
Right. You don't want the neck down like that.
Yeah. So fingertips lightly behind. Exactly. You're coming straight up here. If you look
Straight
like
up.
this, you're doing it wrong. You want to come directly, like I said, as if you have a string. So really, I don't even really need my fingers. I'm all core, but this is just helping to guide. The fingers is just kind of giving a little bit of a, not necessarily assistance, just a little protection to your neck.
It's such a simple movement, like maybe this much, but it's so effective,
Totally. Absolutely. So then the more advanced version, and I did take off my weight ankle weights because it's a little hard, is when you're on the bench, is you bring your feet out and then you just come in. So you bring your feet out, squeeze, and the knees come in. This is more advanced, but you'd be surprised. Even if you just did 5 and then you work yourself up, bring the knees out and then back in. Out and then back in. And we can do 15 of those. And I'm going to just leave you with that because if you could just commit to doing that. So that was one round. So you move from exercise to exercise and then you do another round. So you rest, grab some water, make sure you hydrate.
Just enough time to, walk, get some water, and then go back to your second round and you're keeping the heart rate going. I love it. That's really great. Gina, I think I want you to do one more exercise. A lot of ladies, summertime, they wear the strap top, and they want the round shoulders. Can you give us a shoulder?
How did I forget shoulders, Dad? It's my favorite body part.
Oh, that's why I mentioned it.
Yeah, shoulders. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite body part. And here, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. So we learn in the bodybuilding fitness figure world that, it's all an illusion. So the one way to make your waist look small is to build better shoulders because then it makes that illusion that you have that smaller waist. So really shoulder straps is so important. I cannot believe I forgot shoulders. It's my favorite body part. Okay. Yeah. So this is perfect, Dad. So we're going to take those dumbbells again. We'll just do I'll show you 2 variations. So a shoulder press, and then we'll do a side lateral raise. So the press is going to get the top of the shoulder. So you've got those dumbbells, your arms are like this, parallel to the ground, and you literally just press up overhead. So you're coming down and then you press up overhead. Core is nice and tight and engaged, nice and slow and controlled, down right here, and then press back up. So this is a shoulder press, and maybe you have a pair of dumbbells and it's too heavy for you. You can always just do it with a single dumbbell right here.
Yes.
Up overhead. Okay, and then side lateral raises, which I'm going to actually use my lighter dumbbells for these. So this is going to get the side delts from right here, straight out, arms parallel to the ground, straight out, and back down, straight out, slowly.
Do you want a slight bend on your arm, or do you want it stiff? Do you want like a slight bend?
Stiff is a little too tight. Tiny little bend in the elbows.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Tiny little bend in the elbows. But I mean, this is another variation where you literally have them bent fully. This is still working. Another exercise. So, it just becomes so fun because there's so many ways and rotations and variations. But this is like 101 basic just to get you working each muscle, and then you'll come back and want some more. Like this is just getting started, right? We could really just spend the entire circuit focusing on one body part, which I do in my app. Maybe we're working the booty, whatever it is, but this is just a great full body exercise to make sure you're hitting all of your muscle groups. Whew. And you can tell just from that, I'm like a little out of breath, which is what you want because you incorporate your walking with your vest, a little resistance. The best part is with the circuit, you're getting both.
20, 25 minutes, you're done.
Let's even take it down to like 10, 15. And then, if you get 20, 25, you're good. But start with 10, 15.
Then you do the little walk over there, like I was saying, at Ryan Ranch, a couple of 15, 20 minutes worth of the exercises Gina showed you. And pretty much that's all you need. I mean, to get that thing, get it going. Yeah. So, Gina, I really appreciate you coming on and giving us those really good tips. Now, so these are good tips that someone could follow. But let's just say somebody wanted to get more serious. You do have an app, right? If somebody could purchase an app or something, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I have it's called the GFit app, and it literally is me taking you through each workout, and every day is a different workout. So you're providing your body with constant change. And I have everyone from 30s all the way up to almost 70. And I've even had mid 70s. So it's really for everyone. And you just tailor it based on your level. But it's like, I hold you accountable. I walk you through it. I help you to focus breathing, like making sure you're doing all the things. And it's very basic. Body weight to a pair of dumbbells, the things that I just mentioned here. And everyone can literally press play and you've got your personal trainer right there in front of you. And and it includes a menu too. So you have your full menu, recipes. It's a full all-inclusive app.
So if somebody really wanted to step it up to that, they can go on your app. And how do they get it? What is it called? And is GFit?
It's called GFit by Gina Aliotti. And it is in the App Store. It's got a fire flame. But you won't forget my name, GinaAliotti.com. And that gives you all the information too. So you can always just find the information there. But it's really amazing. And whether or not you're trying to change your body or literally just change your health, whether you're trying to lose weight or just, stay healthy so that you can live as long as you can, like it's really for everyone. And it's been really beautiful because I took all of our foundation that we created when we, started. You'll see videos when I was pregnant. You'll see videos when my kids are walking around my gym. Like it's been every stage of my life I've just carried through, and you kind of see the timestamp with all my circuits. It's really fun. And then I also incorporate yoga, stretching. So there's, the recovery days also where I guide you through yoga. So it's your all-inclusive everything app.
That's really great. And I hope some of the listeners out there will that are listening right now are going to do some of these exercises that you just got done demonstrating. It's fast, it's easy, and it does work. So Gina, appreciate you coming on, and have a great day. And hopefully we'll talk soon, and can't wait to come in Carlsbad to see you. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. And if anyone has any questions, I love connecting. So you know where to find me, GinaAliotti.com, or on Instagram or on Facebook. You just Google it, you'll find me. I'm there, and I'd love to help. So if there's anything I can answer questions or any of that information that somebody wants, I'm here. So thanks, Dad. I love you.
Okay, love you too. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Cousin Johnny and Gina Aliotti are out. Bye, everybody.